there's sunrise. There's sunshine. I must be in trouble for something since she came out to see me. Yeah, we'll see how good the day is. I see some calves out there. There, tip you. Oh, you still can't see it. Hold on. There's some calves out there. They're scattered out between there and the feed barn, and some here in the barn. We'll get something going here before too much longer. And the skid steer's still sitting down there stinking. She's sneaking a few calves up there in the end where we can hold them. In the meantime, look at all that empty space. Empty space over here too. Why? Well, because she ain't figured out she can walk around. And the better part of this first section here are all cows that were in Dina's group over here. They should know. But that's alright. They'll all get it figured out. They'll get something to eat. Tried to do this so we had enough room that the calves could get in to get to some grain too. Since they usually do anyway. But once you put everybody together, the dynamics all change. Then they have to relearn. Some of them didn't relearn all so well. Oh, that one just pushed his way in there. I think that's him. Yeah. That's the one that had the issue with the scaly skin on his back. And that's what it looks like now. Can't tell it. Looks really good. And I think there's still a couple out in the feed barn, but we just gotta dink around and get them all where we need them. Well, Teeny Tot was the first one. Trina's little heifer calf, June baby. She got a little paste because she's got horns on her head.
They're spurs, but it'll burn off.
Yeah, it'll burn them off. This is our first.
I wanted to know. It does work.
It works.
We've learned that on the longer ones, though, like the one with the back problem, it'll make it so they're kind of scurs, so they're still just a little bit hanging there. Birdie May's a good example. I used it on Birdie May. She still has a little bit, but no horns.
Anyway, this is the first bull. He ain't gonna be a bull. Here's what we use. There it is. Wrist through here. Grab a hold of the sack. Make sure both balls are below it. Ratchet the sucker up. When this gets all the way to the end, that's where you want to be. Push that down, which crimps the clip on there. Then cut the excess off. And later you find this little tiny thing. It'll only be about that big, maybe smaller. Usually the dogs go dragging them around with a little change purse.
They're huge! They're huge.
And
they're like twice the size of my hand. I can't even get him in one hand.
He got a fair set for his size. I've seen a couple out here that make him look tiny. But anyway.
And
Mom.
Yeah. Mom, leprechaun is beautiful.
And down there we got Matt and Brooke, making sure they come up.
Say hi to the
Wave!
camera.
Okay. There they all are in the alley, sort of. I like that feature. Because, well, of course she's got it closed wrong, but I got to go through here to get in there. And the biggest pain is with calves, that's really narrow and I don't fit too well. And look, we got another woolly bugger right here. We have seen like 10 of those in the last 2 days.
It's Graham.
You know they try to be.
Yep, still alive, all curled up.
He's big, Mom.
I'll find it just a second.
Zoom you in. There it is. You just got to make sure you got 2 oysters below it.
It's okay.
Because otherwise, you didn't do much.
Okay.
Nice thing about this thing, if we really wanted to, I could go put those in Dino. It's a little stretch to get them off. It would work. And, even these tiny ones, what I just did, I'm not kidding. The end of my pinky is bigger than each one of these nuts. I'm really not kidding. You just got to make sure you got both of them in the sack. Looky here, we got Mel, the one that had the patch on her eye. I'd like her to look up here. Her eye looks good. She just still got some blue on her head. You don't want to get this paste on you. And the other thing it also says is, you're supposed to let her dry for a couple hours before they're back with the cow, especially if they're nursing. And when we used it on, God, we must have done 40 or 50 of them one year. We had a shitload with horns one year. And we used it, but they were little. They were, maybe 200 pounders when we did it. Had them in here giving them pink eye shots at the same time. And if they're just little nubs, they're gone. And we've tried this on a couple.
Well, Birdie Mae was kind of my experiment.
Yeah.
Hers were 1.5 inches long.
And these are about 2 inches long. And we're just going to see what about.
So him and then the one with the back issue are going to be my 2 experiments to see how.
If this works, it saves cutting them off.
Yeah. Because even if they're
And
scurs,
they won't be nursing
fine.
on mama because they'll have camp sucks in. So, there's one little one that's going to be back with mama, but by the time we're done and let them back out, yeah.
And the other thing is, wooden stick only with this.
Yeah.
Only. I bought it for $1.79 a bunch of them. So.
And she didn't get it too much. There's
they're a little
wiggle to them. It's probably not a horn. It's probably just a scur.
But it'll burn them off.
But it'll still do it a little bit. We're gonna find out. We'll know in a couple months for sure.
He needs a thing in his nose.
Yeah, no, I gotta get his can't suck in. I just can't do it when I got a hold of the phone. 426B, that calf that had the reaction. He's got a couple bare spots back here yet. His tail's held up, she can get where it's bad.
God, he looks so much better.
But for the most part,
It's like night and day.
you can't really had an issue.
He's a little thin, but
little thin hair and dander in there, but
how does he look up towards the shoulder?
otherwise it looks good. Yeah.
Well, I have stuff.
Yeah, you can see there in his shoulders.
My bad. He has some on his ears. Is that okay?
Oh, you're not going to hurt him.
Yeah, on the break
No,
on this side
it's just
too.
some bag bomb. Makes a big difference.
Oh, need bag bomb, cheapest, 72 ounces, $50 on Amazon. It's cheaper than buying 3 of these.
Shane
you get
Holst
more.
might like that.
Yeah, Shane might like that. I don't know if he uses bag bomb or uses one of those other products, but
I just want to point that out. Cheapest, easiest.
If it's good
It's
enough
a
for
tub.
the cow's teat, it's good enough for a cut on a human.
Becky's right. We've used
My
that
dad,
a lot.
It was always growing up. It was Daddy's special medicine.
Yep.
And it was bag bomb.
Used to use that on the eczema on my hands and feet. That works better than what used to be like freaking, was it $100 for a 2-ounce tube of stuff? And it lasted longer. So we kind of give them the once over on the way through, and this one,
There's hair in it. She's got a lump in hair.
a little lump and hair actually growing out of her eyeball.
Matt, do you want to see?
Unless it's an ingrown,
It's not an
and it
ingrown.
broke off, but I was thinking that
It's not. It's like it's a
maybe
piece
she
of a
might have had
sibling.
a twin.
So like we've had twins before where on their nose
We had one that had like a thumb-sized chunk
had
of red fur
a
on
chunk
its
right
nose.
here on its nose of red fur from the third sibling.
that's what this could be.
Dead.
So we'll mark her down as maybe she's
A free mark.
a free mark because it seems to be the common thing when.
Well, I get it last time replacement.
Yeah, that is. It's actually
It's literally
a
hair.
hunk of
It's a
hide
hunk
with
of hide.
hair in it. That can't feel good on a good day.
And she's starting to get cloudy around it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was it
So
her?
weird things happen.
It's actual fur. It's like she has a sibling. So she could.
Very last one, heifer calf. Her mama's that really, really big cow with the hump in her back, big skinny girl. She don't want to get out of this shit. Anyway, April 30th calf, but we went ahead and put a camp suck in her nose anyway. I'd rather see her a little bigger, but she's big enough, and so we'll boot her out with one in. Just get weaned early. And hopefully she figures out she can go forward. Hey, girl. Go out. She says, well, I'm the last one. I'm going to take the rest of the day. Yeah, I figured it'd been a couple hours since we were done and let them all out, so I'd come check on them, make sure some of these boys can still stand up, make sure nobody rolled their eyes back in their head and laid out flat. They're all looking good. You never know with shots, they can have reactions. Doesn't happen very often, but we have had it happen. And of course I go to check on them and they're all clear out here, which is fine. Give me a chance to see how they're doing. Some of them just ain't too sure. Some of them are like, yeah, life's life, I'm here. Teeny Todd over there, I come out and talk to her. She was one I talked to while she was in the chute for a couple minutes. And I haven't found one that isn't either setting up good or standing up and walking away, so I'm good with that. We got done and got in for lunch and literally just finished lunch. And video come up on the Harmless Farmers channel. I shared it on my community page. It's Corky and Kylie talking about what happened and what their plans are. So if you haven't already seen it, go check it out. Give them some love. I could tell they had a hell of a time making the video. And honest, I had a hell of a time watching it. We all did. Well, I actually watched. Everybody else was just listening because it was on my phone. They plan on keeping the channel going, which is good. I'll say it was hard on her, on both of them. So go over there and tell them what you knew about Andy, that kind of thing. They're gonna see what they can do about, Corky said she's found so many different stories from people she never knew, how Andy touched them. And I can't see the screen, but I know you're looking in the right direction. Hopefully you see the calf trying to nurse. He's like, I want to eat. He's looking at me. I want to eat, but this thing's in my way. And of course, it's make Mama mad, so she won't let him eat. Anyway, I don't know if I'll get any more today. For right now, there's what you got. They're all crammed here in the shade. As far as I know, anyway. I didn't look in the barn. I looked out and saw them up here, so I came up here. If there's one in the barn, there's a problem. So, and if there was one in the barn, I would think the cow would be out here raising hell. So, anyway, if this is the end of it, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a great Sunday. And hope everybody has a good week. Thanks.